Hi, everybody. Happy hump day. It is Wednesday. I'm gonna share. Unleashed. How you all doing? Hope you're all having a beautiful day. So just a quick random live today in regards to the title, which is people learn how to treat us through the way we treat ourselves, and why self-love is so important, especially when you are looking for love or you're kind of stepping into the dating scene. People learn how to treat us through the way we treat ourselves. They learn how to love us through the way that we love ourselves. So if our level of self-love is really low, then chances are we're not taking care of ourselves, we're not respecting ourselves, we're not necessarily speaking to ourselves kindly, not doing the things that make us happy, that fill us up, and all of this shows in the outer world. So if you are single and you're still lacking self-love, you're still not taking care of yourself and looking after yourself, then if you were to then step into a relationship or try and go out dating, essentially you're either going to mirror back what it is that's going on for you inside of you, or you could attract in someone and they'll see how you treat yourself and then see where your standards are and your level of worth is, and then reflect that to you. So what's really important is that before we even think about trying to call in the one or attract a soulmate partner, it's really important that we take that time to learn to love ourselves, to build that solid foundation of self-love, to then have our standards, have our level of standards to a point where they reflect what we are worthy of and what we believe that we are worthy of. To then have a partner who comes in who will see, this incredible woman who takes really good care of herself, who eats well, who exercises, who speaks really kindly to herself, who loves others the way that she loves herself, who has standards and boundaries in place to respect that. She has self-respect, and he will step up to mirror that. And if he doesn't, then he's not, then he will run in the other direction, and that's totally okay, because you don't want to be with that anyway. So if you think about, when you're alone, when you're behind closed doors and there's no one else watching, are you treating yourself in a way that you are worthy of? Or are there parts that you are ashamed of, or things that you are doing, to yourself still, that are things that you wouldn't want a partner to be treating you like or doing to you? And also, are you ashamed of that stuff? Is the way that you treat yourself behind closed doors, is that how you would treat yourself and show up in the real world in front of others, being authentic? Because if you've got this stuff underlying, if you're not loving yourself, then you're going to attract a vibrational match to that, and you're going to slip into codependency. You're not going to know your worth. You're going to allow things to happen in that relationship that don't feel right. You're not going to be listening to your inner voice. Tapping into intuition is so important, but if you haven't done that work to really connect with yourself, then you don't know what you sound like. You don't know what your soul sounds like. You don't know when your intuition is guiding you. And even if it is going knock, 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 you don't trust yourself enough to actually step up and into that and go, okay, no, this isn't right, and putting those boundaries in place and stepping up and actually protecting yourself. And you end up betraying yourself and not trusting yourself and miserable, essentially. And you may have a partner, but it's not necessarily a healthy and loving relationship. So connected, and this is something that I work with my clients, is getting really connected to self-connection and loving self and knowing self, to get to that point where you know what your intuition sounds like, you know what your inner guidance sounds like. You can tap into that and you trust that instantly, and know that that is always going to lead you in the right direction. And I'm sure you've heard it all a lot, you know, it's that whole, what does your gut say? What does your gut say? Well, that's what you get to learn. That's your inner voice, that's your intuition. And I had a meeting yesterday, a call with one of my beautiful clients yesterday, and I asked her a simple question, and you know, it was a yes/no answer, and she kind of, when I asked it, she was like, stopped and thought about it, and then was like, yes. And I said to her, I said, when I asked you that question, what was the very first thing that came into your mind? Was it a yes or a no? And she said it was a no. And that was her intuition. That was her inner guidance. She knows that it was a no. But her head was trying to create something else, was trying to, you know, keep her safe, play games. The ego was stepping in and going, fear, because she was really afraid of what their next step would look like. And that's exactly what was going on here. She knew the answer. She knew exactly. Hey, Lisa. How you doing, girlfriend? Hi, Tanya. Hi, Jamie. She knew exactly what the answer was, because it dropped like that. But then she allowed this to come in and question it, and the fear to come in and override, because she doesn't trust quite yet that her intuition is right. What her body tells her, what her inner voice and her inner guidance tells her is right. And that's where self-connection, hi Christina, my love, how are you? That's where self-connection and self-love is so important. Because when you have that level of respect for yourself, when you know who you are, you know what your inner voice sounds like, when you are connected to your soul, and you have those standards, and you have that level of self-worth and self-respect, and you've done that work to really raise that to the standard that you are deserving of, then any situation that you step into from that point you'll get your answer. You will know. You go on a date, you meet a guy, and you'll know instantly. And that's exactly what happened with Gary. Like, I went on a few dates before him, and I knew that they weren't anything. They were just a bit of fun. But then when I met Gary, the moment I saw him, my intuition, and that's when the whole when you know thing steps in. It was that my intuition told me that he was my king. And I knew instantly. That's how it works. Because my body, and it was instant calm, instant safety. I just felt so safe with him. I felt so comfortable. And I just knew that he was, and the thoughts that went through my head were, oh fuck, here we go. But had I not really done that work to connect to myself, to connect to my truth, to connect to my heart, to really build that level of worth, to build that self-love, then I would not have been able to know that. I would not have been able to tap into that intuition and know that feeling and know that voice instantly. And that's where self-love is so important. Because when you are practicing this stuff regularly and really getting to know yourself and making time for yourself and taking the time to invest in yourself, then it just flows, and everything else, it becomes easier. But you just become so much more aware of all the areas in your life where you're out of alignment, where things aren't as you want them to be, and you can make shifts and actually start creating that really exciting and happy life, love-filled life. But it all starts in here. All starts with self. So yes, my loves, so important, so important how how people treat us is a direct reflection of how we treat ourselves, because it's they learn how to treat you through how you treat yourself. If you're catching the replay, make sure you hashtag replay for me. I forgot to say that at the beginning, so that I know who gets to see this message. But yeah, if this is an area that you still need to work on, it's still an area that you are finding that is lacking in your life, and that you're not quite sure how to actually start practicing and stepping up into this stuff, then reach out and let's have a chat about how we can work together. I've got my second round of the 7-week program, which is massive focus on self-connection and getting to know yourself and building that self-love. We're into week 3, and the women in that program are already having massive shifts and seeing things that they hadn't seen before, and tapping into stuff that they didn't even realize was there. So it's absolutely incredible. And the client I mentioned before, she's got some incredible stuff going on, some massive shifts. So it's really, really powerful work, my loves. The waitlist is open for that, and the second round of that is kicking off at the end of October. Otherwise, there are one-to-one options that we can work together really intensively to really kickstart that stuff, kickstart the results, to get you loved up massively. Because when you have that self-love, that's the perfect place for you to be in, to attract in that ideal match, that king. We are, yes, Christina, you're amazing. It's so incredible to see you all in there shining and stepping into your power and really facing off with your shit. It's amazing. Christina is one of my beautiful round 1 girls. So yeah, if you, Christina, share a bit of your experience in this, if you wouldn't mind, that would be amazing. So yeah, but then there's also one-to-one options like mentoring and stuff. So if there is, if this is calling to you, if this is an area that you really want to start focusing on and start doing some work in, and it's not hard work, it's not all serious and grr, it's fun, it's exciting, and it's unleashing the love in your life and unleashing the potential in your life to allow you to really step into claiming what it is you're worthy of and what is available to you already right there. It's like right here. You're here and it's right here. You've just got to step into it. All right, my loves. Yes, so if you would like any more info on that, please feel to reach out either via text message. I'm sorry, not a text message. An SMS. Oh my God, again. Either via a PM or feel free to comment in the section below. Hi, Tiffany. How are you going, my love? I hope you're feeling better. I'm just finishing up, so you might want to go back and watch it from the beginning. But yeah, that's it. Self-love, really important. And yes, if you would like to learn more about any of the options working together, then